Alrighty. So hi everybody. This is like week 2 of our money, how to become money workbook. So it's like this, how to become money. And I'm Manjit Khalsa and I'm a certified access consciousness facilitator. And I've done this book a few times, and every time I've actually committed to choosing to use this book and use the tools of access consciousness, my money flow has incredibly and easily exponentialized. So a little bit about me and my money flow. I pretty much grew up in a space where money was not an issue and never felt like there was a lack of it. I felt quite wealthy and abundant, and pretty much anything I wanted, not from a space of being spoiled, was always available. And then just through the recent years, actually being aware of the reality of the planet and how people really struggle with money and seem to have it be hard or seem to stop it, and there's all this funk around it, I chose for some reason to try that reality for a little while, which hasn't been very much fun for me. So the last couple of years, doing a lot of classes with Access Consciousness, I'm actually using these tools to create money in a very different way, in a non-linear way, and in ways that don't actually always make sense logically, and yet still applying the logic that, as a math science teacher, I know works, like adding things up and actually putting things in practice is the practical side. And then with the tools of access, it's just become easier to not have it be linear and have things show up very differently. So this is an area I don't just want to now survive in. Like, surviving is easy for me and money comes easy to me, but I actually want to have a reality where I thrive. And one way of actually creating that in my life, I know, is when I'm facilitating a class, it really allows me to, one, have a look at what's working in my life, what isn't working in my life, and actually step it up, because I'm facilitating something that is creating change everywhere else. And 2 is, this workbook is so freaking brilliant. Why would I just do it by myself? Instead, I could have a party with all my friends online, and we can all do it together, and we can get wealthy together, and we can get rich together. Because seriously, one of the things that held me back from actually being the richest person I knew was all my friends were pretty poor, or could literally only go out for breakfast or a holiday once a year. And that sucks. Like, I want to be able to choose everything and anything in my life with the people I want to enjoy it with. So why not do the money workbook, and all of us can contribute and create and have this energy that we all desire to be accessible easily. So who's with me with that? So like, yeah, maybe. I'm not too sure. Well, you're all on here. So thank you so much for your time, your energy, and willing to play with this area that's so super uncomfortable. And there's so many layers, and there's so many different things that lock us from creating the life that we truly choose. Now, one of the questions I wanted to start with was, if you truly did have all the money in the world, what would your life be like? Who would you have to be? And what would you have to start creating? So by not having money, like, what are you actually avoiding being and doing in the world, that if you had all the money in the world, that you would actually have to step into and be seen to be creating a life that's a contribution? So everything that is, everywhere we're not allowing that to be our reality, can we destroy and create it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shorts, boys and beyonds. If you had all the money in the world, what and who would you have to become in the world? And everywhere you've been avoiding that, refusing that, and not acknowledging that, hiding from that, can we destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online shorts, boys and beyonds. And just for tonight, so all the decisions we have, the conclusions, the computations, the judgments, projections, expectations, and separations around the money book, and what it is and what it isn't, and what it's going to create and what it isn't going to create, like all of that, can we destroy and create it? Do I get a yes, Bob? Right, wrong, good, bad, podfuck, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Because at the end of the day, this is a book of information that starts to have you become aware of the energies that are in the way from you having everything you want to have. But you still have to make the choice. Like, the only person who can choose to have money and choose not to have money is you. So that's the only thing. Like, we can do these classes and we can clear some stuff and we can talk about a bunch of stuff and I can give you a million ideas until I'm blue in the face and I can invite you to a bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, somewhere we choose our realities, and there is nobody more powerful that can come in and actually override that choice if we've chosen that we're not going to have it. So everywhere we're not willing to acknowledge that everything we have currently financially, all the successes, and everywhere we're actually not having enough money, would you now be willing to acknowledge that you've chosen it for one reason or another? And everything that doesn't allow you to just become aware of that and those choices, can we destroy and create all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, podfuck, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Alrighty. I'm going to start by just a couple of you, like, if you just want to shout out, like, if there's anything you could get from tonight, what would it be? Go on then, Miss Magnolia.
Firstly, we've got a message. Can you please mute the person on the phone?
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit crackly.
Done.
So then, if there's anything that I could get, I think it would be more fun with money.
More fun with money. Okay. Okay. So can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Is it true that you don't have fun with money?
No, I have lots of fun.
So
I want more fun.
you want more fun. So everywhere you've not been acknowledging that you're already having fun with money, can you just try and create all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, podfuck, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And for everybody else, like, everywhere we've made money serious, and it's a serious topic. It is a topic that we have to, like, have a serious face for, and it's a serious adult business, and we're not willing to have fun with it as an adult. Can we just try and create all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, podfuck, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Money comes to the party of fun. You should check this out. I'm having a party of fun tonight. Like, I have my cup of tea because that's fun for me, but I also have my glass of wine here because that's fun for me. And I actually have all my fun playthings, money, all these currencies, and I have them with me. Money wants to come to the party of fun. So how much fun are you having with money? Are you being joyful with it? Are you playing with it? Are you talking to it? Because it's gonna come when it's fun. Like, would you turn up to a party that's like drib and drab and nobody's like got any alcohol and nobody's talking and nobody's enjoying you? What would you do if you walked into a party like that? And being serious with you, trying to get you in order, and ignoring you, avoiding you, wanting you but not wanting you. If you turned up to a party like that, would you stay? I wouldn't stay. Would anybody else stay? Nada. So, so everywhere you've not been willing to have fun with money and invite it into your life as though you would a guest at your party, be interested in it, acknowledge it, play with it, and have it be an energy that you're actually inquisitive about, and this wondrous curiosity as a child would be around this thing called money. Everywhere you've not been willing to be that, perceive that, know that, can we just try and create all that? Right and wrong, pod and pock, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. And if you were to start creating money in the way you know money should work, what would that be like? If this was your party and you're designing it, you're creating it, and you're choosing who comes to play in it, what choices can you start making that are different? Because so far your party is full of people that somebody else invited. It's a party that's kind of a mishmash. I don't know if this is correct. I'm just picking up on the energy. And sometimes it's fun and sometimes it's not. So this party, like, who's actually creating it? Is it you or is it someone else? Whose financial reality are you actually working from? So all of that, everywhere you've not been willing to be in charge and be the adult and be the dominant species of your own financial reality, can you destroy and create all that?
Mm-hmm.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. One thing I wrote on my mirror is, Manjit, you are the creator of your financial reality. What are you going to be and do today to create it? Manjit, you are the financial creator of your reality, your financial reality. You are the creator of your financial reality. Because often, sometimes we seem to think it's going to be someone else, like it's our employer or it's our partner or it's somehow heavens above that creates our reality. So anyway, you've not been willing to just acknowledge that you are the creator of your financial reality, whether it's fun for you or not, can we destroy and create all that?
Mm-hmm.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. So if there's anything you could get from tonight, what would it be? Has anybody else got a juicy, delicious request from tonight?
I do.
Go on then.
I would, if I could have anything out of this session, it would be to open up to even more receiving of greater and exponential money.
Exponentialize. So can I ask you a question too, Miss Shannon?
You can.
So from doing all these classes and clearing things and actually working through the money workbook, has your level of receiving increased?
Yes.
Okay. Have you acknowledged how much it's increased?
Yes, and I would like greater.
Fantastic. So everywhere we're not willing to take the lid off, wherever we think our receiving is, and we capped it off at a certain amount, can we just try and create all that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So I get we're like doing the money workbook, but I'm just going to go with the energy. So what's everybody's cap? Like, what's the ceiling level that we've decided that this is receiving, this is earning, this is like, wow, I've done great things with money. Like, what's that figure? Like, get an energy of that.
So for me,
Yeah.
I get the energy that it's common, that it's the dominant collective commonality rather than that minority. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
I'm duplicating what's going on for most people on the planet with regards to money.
So what's going on for most people? What's a good income for most people in this reality?
Well, I'm not sure what it is income, but the sense or the sense that I get is poverty, more lack than more living paycheck to paycheck, more, just that kind of collective elements, I suppose.
Yeah. And I remember like a while ago when I had, when I got to six figures, like that to me was like, oh my God, I'm earning six figures and I have a car and I have this and I have a credit card and blah, blah, blah. And that was like success. But that was because it was slightly possibly above the average for a single female under 30. Do you know what I mean? It's slightly above average, but it's still average. So is that what you're talking about? So you kind of cap it off because it's still in the normal, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got a house, you've got the car, you're doing all right, you can afford to go on holiday, you've got the breakfast, so you're doing all right. All right, so everywhere we've been the majority and allowing the majority to influence our flows and our income and our cash and our revenues, can we just destroy and create all that bullshit?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, online shorts, boys and beyonds. And what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body and your business be to be the minority? Because what do you have to step into when you're the minority? Who do you have?
A lot of people won't.
Most people won't. So what's that going to take? So everywhere you've stopped yourself from being the minority, can we destroy and create all that?
Mm-hmm.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, book, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what does it mean? So guys, get a sense of this, like for everybody else as well. If you had to step out and you become a billionaire, who and what would you have to lose?
The story.
Okay, you have to lose the story. What else? The story of being poor, the story of I've never got enough, the story of I'm a struggling single mom. Mine is often like, like I'm the distressed, disowned Indian chick with my family. We've all got these things. We've all got these stories. So are we willing to just let go of the story because it's, or do you want to keep it? We can keep it for a bit. Let's just keep it for this call and then we'll think about it after, huh? Right, wrong, good, bad, bad, buck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I mean, who would you talk to if you had no story? What conversations are you going to have? What kind of conversations would you like to have? So what energy, space, and consciousness can you, your body, and your business be to be the minority with money that you truly be? Anything not allowing that to show up with total ease, can we destroy and create it? Right and wrong, good and bad, put and popped, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And this is the thing, guys, like, I know we talked about who does it belong to, and we've all had that tool in access, but seriously, like, who does your financial reality belong to? Whose financial reality are you creating? Who dictates how much money, how little money, how you spend money, how you don't spend money? Who does it all belong to? Whose reality are you functioning from? Is it yours or someone else's? It's a really great question. If you were to choose to have your own financial reality, what would that be like? What do you know that nobody else on the planet knows about money and creation? And everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive that, can we destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. All right, we're going to do a little exercise. What's coming up for anybody? Anybody got any questions or something else? Anything else around that, Shannon? Where's she go? Any other awareness coming up around that?
I just wrote down now, whose financial reality am I maintaining, and aren't I kind?
So whose financial reality are you maintaining?
Yeah, my parents.
Big time, right?
And my childhood neighbours and my teachers. Keep going on.
And what was their relationship with money like?
Yeah, not so great. And
all right.
just, you know, it's, yeah.
So cute choice, huh?
Yeah, nice duplicating of that. So I obviously was like looking for the program. How do you use money on the planet? Oh, you know, 26 people are doing it like that. They must be right. I'll copy.
Okay, so everywhere again, we're buying into the majority rules because they know something. Can we destroy and create it? Right, wrong,
Yes.
bad, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And one thing I'm going to say, I know this is not part of the money workbook, but one thing I did when I did a topic of finance with a group of year 11 students was I asked them to find 10 of the most wealthiest people in the world. And I asked them to start having a look at what characteristics does that person have? What kind of conversations is that person having? Where do they hang out? And what are they doing that's not really normal? Because they're choosing and being something different. So have a look at who are the people out there that you think, quote unquote, in your judgment, have money, have wealth. And what are they willing to be that you're not willing to be? And so what would it take, rather than duplicating that energy, but what would it take for you to actually have a congruency with that energy that they're willing to be? Because it's available. So that could be a really fun activity. Like, I love looking at like which country is the richest in the world and how do they make their wealth, and what are these people choosing that other people aren't?
It's what came up for me just then was they have a knowing with money. There is no doubt. It's there. It's available. They can have it. Where I'm still in the, oh, you know what? I'm still proving to myself that that's real, that is actually true. So it's so interesting.
Yeah. So everywhere you're doing that, are you ready to let that go and give it up? Because isn't that even yours?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So everywhere we're proving, justifying, predicting and being predictable, sticking ourselves, and still waiting for validation that you know something that somebody else doesn't. Everything that is around finances, money, and any other area of your life, can we destroy and create that?
Yep.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. What if from today you never had to validate any choice you ever had to make? Because do you know that you know? Do you know something that somebody else doesn't? Have you always known? So everywhere you bought that pack of lies that you don't know, and these people know something you don't, and everywhere you're not willing to trust your knowing, can we destroy and create all that?
Mm-hmm.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, online, shorts, boys, beyonds. Is that different? More space? Yeah, cool. I could see your face changing. I love it when that starts to happen, because you're like, oh, wow, like something has just literally, you looked like somebody else like 10 minutes ago. And now you're looking more like you. It's like, yay! Woohoo! Because we don't just duplicate people, we literally copy all the stupidities that they have with money. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot. So if you're going to do that, why not start looking at the energy that's generative and the people that know how to generate money? And again, be aware, you don't want to copy their stupidity. You just want to have an energy of what they're willing to be. And you guys are so masterful. Once you get a sense of an energy, as soon as you are aware of it, can you change it? It's as simple as that. Like, once you have an awareness of an energy, you just step into it. There's no, I need to now get there. There's no now, oh, like, how am I going to get that energy? If you can perceive it, you can be it.
I actually did a little exercise, I don't know, a little while ago, and it was, you know, being the energy, space and consciousness of a billionaire, of a millionaire. And it was literally just walking around going, okay, so what do these people notice? Where I am right now, what would they notice? And just being that energy, I noticed my shoulders went back, my chin lifted, there was a beauty, there was a knowing. It was great. So I'm very cute not practicing that very often.
Well, did you already become that?
Yeah, and I'd like to maintain that more.
Okay, so acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Acknowledge that and now expand it. And so this is the thing, guys. Once you've got the energy of what you want to step into, start asking questions. Now, where do I need to go? Who do I need to speak to? What do I need to be? What action is required? Then start moving with that and expanding that energy, because you have it now. It's not going anywhere. You don't need to question whether you have it. So everywhere you're still like, oh, I have the energy of a billionaire, but like, it's like, what can I create with this now? Who wants to find this energy? And why not ask for those billionaires to show up and work with you, be with you? Anywhere you are not willing to receive that amount of energy, because who the hell would you have to be with that amount of energy?
Yeah, right.
Right, wrong, good, bad, fun, fuck, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. Any other questions coming up for anyone else? I think we've gone straight into the deep end. I love how these calls work. I was like, this is going to be like an intro taster class. How to become money, huh? Any questions coming up for anyone else? Any awarenesses popping for anybody else right now? Oh, it's so hot. What would it take to have a nice, delicious, sensual man fanning me as I do this call? Maybe 3. Who popped their hand up? Does somebody want to say something? Anybody want to hop in?
Hello.
Yeah.
Me?
Am
I muted? No. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. So I suppose something that's coming up for me is the realization or the awareness that I thought that I have to be the only one that can do it. So when you've just said, with Shannon, with the energy of the billionaires, or what it would take to have all those billionaires show up in my reality to join my team and build a team and build a party. Yeah, I don't have to do it all by myself.
Oh, really? But you were enjoying it so much. All right, so warrior princesses, can we give up the hat of needing to prove? There's this real need to prove, I get it. You're survivors, you're these warriors. But when we are like that, and when we're not being the energy of having everyone and anyone contribute to our lives, we're not receiving. So who and what have you not been willing to receive that if you were to receive them and receive from them, it would change your financial reality? Anything not allowing you to have that, would you destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. You don't have to do it alone. You have I remember one of the things I started saying, and actually Shannon and I had this conversation a year ago. I wanted to take all these access classes, okay? And I chose that I was going to do it, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. And prior to that, I had this resistance to having anybody contribute to my world financially. I was single, so I didn't have a partner. And yet I would compare myself to the people that had partners that were paying for these classes and paying their rent and blah, blah, blah. So I was really resisting and reacting to them having it. And then in my world also I don't have that, so I can't create. And then on the flip side, which is where we sort of really stuff ourselves, is I didn't want anybody to help me either. So I want someone to help me, but I'm not going to receive it. Why don't somebody help me? But I don't want it. I can do it by myself. And this was this total conflictual reality that was just going on and on and on and on and on. And cutting a long story short, it took a few sessions of processing and clearing to get to this awareness that, am I alone? And when you tap into the sense of the entire universe, are you ever alone? So I was focusing on these people that had a partner, which was one person with a bunch of molecules. And I was just if I was really willing to receive from every molecule of the entire planet, that is a lot of energy. Even this table, this mug of tea, every single item on the entire planet, whether it's a concrete building or a pile of shit on the floor or a piece of gold jewelry, everything has a contributing energy. So it's not just people, it's the trees, it's the planet, it's everywhere. Every molecule wants to be on my team. So everywhere I wasn't willing to receive that, I just destroyed and created. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. And my clearing statement that I started talking about was, I felt like these women had a sugar daddy and I didn't. I was this tiny little sugar baby on my own, little me, weak and pathetic, have no one to help me out. I'm going to have to be poor. I'm going to have to save up. I have to work hard, blah, blah, blah. My story was so ridiculous. It was unbelievable. When you want to jump on your own head and punch your own face because you're this is so pathetic and ridiculous. But yeah, I'm buying it and I'm creating from this. I actually started using a clearing statement, which was, what energy, space, and consciousness can my body and I be to receive the universe as my sugar daddy for all eternity? And anything not allowing that, let's destroy and create it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And I don't know if you remember that, Shannon, we had that conversation and I stood there and I had this wallet and it was just packed with money. It had thousands of dollars in there. And it just changed the energy of me and this idea of a sugar daddy, this idea of being pathetic, this idea of being a warrior. And I played it constantly for like weeks on end. And it didn't take long. I think within months I made like thousands of dollars and I had cash to pay for all these classes. I didn't worry about how I was going to get down there. I didn't worry about accommodation. And that was this total sense of like complete knowing that the universe has my back. So the universe has your back. Consciousness has your back. Your money has your back if you allow it. So would you be willing to allow money to take care of you? Would you be willing to allow the universe to take care of you? So everywhere you've not been willing to be the sugar babies of the universe, of consciousness, would we destroy and create that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Did you ever use that? Did you ever use that one, Shannon, after we spoke about it? Did it change anything?
Yeah, it did. It did. It opened up greater receiving. It opened up my awareness. It was a huge contribution.
Yeah, because it's not a money thing, guys. It's a receiving thing. I'm sorry to tell you. It actually has very little to do with the money. So everywhere you've not been willing to receive and receive and receive and receive greater and greater and greater, can we destroy and create it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your bodies and your business be to be the greedy guts of this reality for all eternity? Anything not allowing that, can we destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Check out how greedy I am. Look at this. I'm so greedy. Greedy, greedy, greedy. I love it. It smells fantastic. And I was talking to Magnolia yesterday, and I was saying my favorite smell of notes is like the English pound, because it just has this sense of like wealth, and it has like the silver strip through it. And it just makes me feel like, it just makes my entire body just be like, oh my God, I love your smell. I love the feel of you. I love like the colors in you. So have you ever stopped to be with money? Being with it, like just being with it. So can everybody grab maybe their wallet or something close by that's of value? I think money preferably. Oh, so hot. Whew.
Manjit, just while we're getting money, the thing that came up when you were talking that it's just a receiving thing, the awareness that I've got is that if people give me things or give me money, then I honour it and treasure it. But if I earn it, it disappears. So if it's something I've created myself, I only will ever create enough to just survive.
So what have you made earning mean?
Hard work.
Okay. And so you want to keep working hard?
No.
So if you're resisting and reacting to money that you're actually creating, what would happen if you stopped resisting and reacting to it?
I'd be able to generate more.
And what would that be like?
Wonderful.
And she's saying it like, did you hear how she said that in the energy? And that was like, oh yeah, wonderful. Are you willing to have wonderful be your reality? Everywhere you're not deserving, everywhere you made it up that you're not deserving of wonderful, and you need to keep working hard. Because if you're not receiving the money you're earning, you just have to keep going back to work, right?
Yeah, it's Yeah. I mean, it's like I generate enough to just have just enough and then get a real resistance to paying for anything, because then I'm going to be left with none.
Who does that belong to?
My family.
Can you say, I earn just enough 3 times for me?
I earn just enough. I earn just enough. I earn just enough.
Okay, so all the Shiku implants and explants holding that in place, can you just try and create them?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shorts, boys and beyonds. And a Shiku, guys, you learn about in the foundation. It's all the secret hidden agendas that you have from all lifetimes. So I know this is a beginner's class, but for you, Simone, how many lifetimes, and just go with an energy on this for me, have you actually had money taken from you, stolen from you? Have you been murdered for it? Have you been brutalized for it? And so in this lifetime, you've just decided you're not going to have it, because then nobody can actually hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, it's heaps, 10. I mean,
Okay.
10's the first thing that comes to mind.
So all of that, can we now destroy and create all those oaths, vows, fealties, communities, commitments to those lifetimes? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shorts, boys and beyonds. And let's just let your body know and your being know that this lifetime, it's not going to happen. It's different. You're absolutely safe. You're safe to create. Because a lot of the times when we're not actually doing that and we just keep stopping ourselves, there's somewhere we have decided and somewhere we chose that it was too hard or painful, or we're going to die over having a certain amount of money. And we just won't choose it because we think we're protecting ourselves from death or success or being seen. So everywhere we've got some secret, hidden, binding, unbinding contracts, not allowing us to just step out, be seen, having so much money that you're filthy fucking rich. Can we just try and create all that?
Yes.
He likes that, right, wrong, good, bad, bad, fuck, online shorts, boys and beyonds. Get the energy of filthy rich. Okay, do we get that?
Yes.
Right, guys, I'm going to do a little exercise for you. With filthy rich, I want you to just close your eyes. Get the energy of rich, wealth, cash, currencies, jewelry, diamonds, silk, opulence, decadence. All of those energies that you know that your body absolutely desires for you to have. I'm just going to put somebody on mute. Get the energy of that. Perceive it. Okay, see it right in front of you. Now pull from the entire universe, expand it out. Everything and everyone, all this wealth that you have in hidden places from all of the dimensions and all of the lifetimes, and all these people that want to pay you and they're so dying to pay you. Can we now pull all that energy through your body, from the bottom of your feet, through every cell of your body, and have it start to open your heart? Pull it and pull it. Expand it out. Expand it out. Pull it from in front of you, from behind you, from your side, from above, from the ground. Literally pull it all in. Now trickle that energy right out into the entire universe. Everywhere you're not willing to have this energy, everywhere you're not willing to be the energy of filthy rich and have that show up as a reality today. Everywhere it's still a future, everywhere it's still a hope, everywhere it's still a dream and a fantasy. Let's destroy and create all that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, online shorts, boys and beyonds. How was that? A different sense in your body. That's who you are. That's who you are when you're being you. Like the energy of money is as simple as breathing. Do we ever feel wrong for breathing? For having all this oxygen available? What if having money was as simple as breathing? Literally. It's just a choice. Awesomeness. Alrighty. Anything else coming up for anyone else?
Yeah, I've got something. When you were talking about currency, it was quite funny. I had this weird reaction of it, and I was all like, why would you want all these different currencies? Because you can't use it here.
Interesting.
Yeah. I saw it the other day when you had it out in front of you with your toes hanging over the coffee table, and it really sprung to mind then. I went, why would you want all that currency here? You can't use it here. And that was really up in my world. And when you said it again tonight, I was like, oh my God, there it is again.
So, is money something you use? Is it just for using?
Yeah. Yes.
Because I don't
Maybe.
have this to use. I have it because I freaking love it. I have it because I like having it.
Yeah.
So everywhere we've just made money because we only want it so we can use it. And what do you want to use it for?
And what's coming up to me is just to live.
Cool. Yeah, that's right. I can't use this to live off. So it's almost like to you. Is this useless to you?
Yes, it is.
Cool. Cool. So everywhere like money is just, it's useless unless you can spend it. Can we just try and create all that?
Yep.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, book, online shorts, boys and beyonds.
Wow.
Okay, so I can't spend this currency, Joanne, and I still have it. What's coming up now?
It's literally, what are you keeping it for?
Yeah. This is even worse. I have like big silver coins too, and I have gold coins, and I have like gold earrings, and they're not to spend.
The word waste came up. It's a waste.
Uh-huh. So, who's taught you about wasting money?
Yeah, family.
All right, so everywhere, like, you've bought all their projections and expectations and decisions around wastage and wasting and not having enough. Can we just join and create all that?
Yep.
Right, wrong, good, bad, book, online shorts, boys and beyonds. So where else are you not allowed to waste?
Yeah, I was just pondering that. And there is like, you can't have too much because it's a waste.
Yeah. It's like that story. Do you remember with Gary and Dane often tell this story where they were like traveling to go to a class, and Gary had like a packet of chewing gum. And so Gary would like take out a chewing gum and he'd like chew it, and then, you know, after a couple of seconds he was bored of it, so he'd spit it out and get a new one. And Dane was sitting on this trip with him, and he's just getting more and more like angry, like why is he like chewing all the chewing gum? Like, it's the packet's going to finish soon, we're not going to have any chewing gum left. And so he says to him, like, hey, would you stop wasting the chewing gum? Like, why are you just chewing it and then throwing it out? Because he was used to having like one piece of chewing gum where he would chew it and chew it and chew it and chew it. Like, you know, when the taste goes so bad and you know you should spit it out. I don't know if you ever did this as kids. And then you would like save it and then pick it up again the next day because you might not get another piece of chewing gum. I know this is a silly analogy, but it's a simple things like that where we learn that there's not enough. Like, we can't just have something and enjoy something because we can.
Because it's wrong.
Yeah. We better not waste it. And he was getting really annoyed. It's almost like you're disrespecting by having too much. You know, it's not honoring of the rest of the world, of the poor people in Ethiopia. How many times have we been told that? Because you have too much. So everywhere we are calibrating the amount of money we can have, the amount of success we can have, the amount of abundance we can invite into our worlds, because guess what? We have to calibrate and balance the world. When we destroy and create all that, bad and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shorts, boys and beyonds. So what is wasting? And this could be a great question. Like, you don't need to look at it like just today, but it could be something you could play with. Like, where do you and when do you start going, oh my God, I better not waste this? Now, I did this with my clothes for a long time. Like, I had changed and shifted dress sizes and body shape, and yet I had a whole wardrobe of clothes that don't fit me anymore because I didn't want to give them away because that was wasting the money, because some of the items I hadn't even worn. And I remember just like looking at it going, oh my goodness, like I'm holding on to this because I don't want to waste it. And yet I'm willing to use it. And I'm somewhere we've decided we're not going to have more of that. So where have you decided that once you use something up, there's going to be no more, like it's the end?
Which creates more of that showing up.
Yes.
I just looked at that. Yeah.
Yeah. So everywhere we've kept, yeah, go on.
No, that's okay. You go.
So everywhere we've capped it off because there's going to be no more. 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 It's the end. It's finished. It's finished. And once you spend it, there's no more. We all know the energy of that. Can we all perceive it in your body? I don't know how anybody else feels it, but when I start to feel like I don't have enough or there's going to be no more, one of the most stupid things like I spent money on, and it wasn't stupid, but was like a couple of years ago when I had my first foundation class, I literally just got down there and I had enough money to go down there. I had enough for my hotel and I budgeted for the meals, blah, 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 blah. And then they told us that they had this evening at the Antique Guild. And the way Gary spoke about it, it was just like there was a charity event, and the Antique Guild is this place full of antiques and jewelry and beautiful items and furniture that's being collected from all around the world. And they were having champagne flutes, and it was this opulent night. And the entry fee for this was $500. And I was sitting there and I was like, I really want to go, but I couldn't justify $500 to go to an evening that was going to be an hour and a half in a place that once I got there, I couldn't afford to buy anything. So do you see how quickly, and then I was looking at this $500 and I was weighing up in my head, I was like, okay, you've got rent to pay next week, and I've got this to pay next week, and I've got that. And once this $500 gets handed over, what am I going to do? And there was this total anxiety in my body. And this is where I love the tools of Access Consciousness, because you can actually start to talk to the energy of this and start to look at, if I spend you on whatever it is you're about to spend it on, will this make me money? And funnily enough, I did ask that question, like, if I spend you, will you make me money? And it was like my whole universe just expanded right out. And one of the exercises was literally handing over this amount of cash. One, I didn't have it. So two, somehow I created it, because, you know, that's what we do when we really want something. How many times do we do that? When we want something, we'll just manifest it and have it show up. So it showed up and I handed it over. And even then there was like this huge resistance in my body to handing over what to me at the time was this large amount of money for a couple of hours to drink a glass of champagne. But what it created in my universe was, what would it take for this money to show up exponentially, tenfolds from all areas with total ease? You know, after that night, the next morning, and I tell this story a lot because that was my first foundation, my income doubled. My income went from earning like $45,000 as a first-year teacher to like above $90,000. I was working, 20 hours a week in a really simple job, and my income doubled to like $90,000. choice creates. Like somehow I let go of this idea that I could never create that again. And that's like something that you can only do energetically when you're willing to start asking some questions around, what is this going to create? If I choose to buy you, will you make me money? And some things will be a yes and some things will be a no. You have the ability to create. So when we have this idea that when this is gone, there'll be no more, can we destroy and create this idea that there's no more? Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Once it's gone, there's no more. Who told you that, Joanne?
It's actually stemming from my grandparents.
Yeah.
And they'd gone through the Great Depression. So that has been a real interest filter on the mind side of things.
Yeah, like that whole that era, that generation of people really did have that mentality. Like it's like the potato famine, you know, when they just like counted their potatoes because there was going to be no more. So everywhere we're still reliving the depression, everywhere you were in the depression, all of that, all the oaths, vows, fealties, communities, commitments you have to being in the depression, even in today's generation. Can we now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and create all that?
Yep.
Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Nobody else lived in the depression either, did they? Like nobody else has got this going on. Jesus. Everywhere there were immigrants, like I have that go on a lot with my parents, like because they were immigrants from India, they had very little, like the story was told over and over and over again. Like my dad came with 3 pounds, blah, 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 blah. We heard the story a million times. So everywhere we are still living their financial reality of absolute, like there's not enough. Can we destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So, Joanne, can you say there's not enough 3 times for me?
There's not enough, there's not enough, there's not enough.
Ugh, all the Shiku implants and explants holding that in place. Can we just try and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So, have you started a 10% account, everybody? Yeah. So, I keep hearing more and more and more, like with this 10% account, it is literally like every time you put it away, there will become an amount you have that starts to create a peace and an ease in your universe about having money. So, like we've actually been taught that having money is so we can spend money. We haven't learned to just be with it. So being with the energy of money, like actually having it be available and not needing to spend it is a completely different energy. And look, I push and pull with this one. Like I had my 10% account and within months, like I had like $6,000 saved up. I was within like weeks. It wasn't long. And then I started looking at it and then I obviously worked out, ka-ching, that I'd made $60,000 without doing anything different. Things just started to show up really easily. And all of a sudden, I had to make that wrong and I couldn't receive it anymore because it was so easy. So I spent my 10%. Guess what happened? Yeah, my financial reality, my entire reality, even my health turned to shit. Because this account isn't just a 10% account. It's an honoring account of who you are. It's a message to the universe that gives it a loud, clear message that you want this, you will have this, you will appreciate this, you are willing to have the energy of that money be available for you. It changes everything. It starts to change the world around you because the world starts to fit in with what you actually have a point of view around. And now, like, I've had to actually create an account where I can't spend it. So I don't have a number for this account. I don't have a card for this account. And I haven't done that. And it was only recently where I got like really excited. Like when I'd been in Japan, Magnolia and I went around Japan and had all this money. And I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to put this in my 10% account. And there was this level of excitement of knowing that I actually have money to put into my 10% account. And there was an excitement and an enthusiasm there that wasn't there before. So just keep persisting with that. It's an energy, and it will start to create something in your universe. Like Gary says, to just do it for 6 months. Just keep persisting. Don't worry about the 6 months. Just persist with it until, and there'll be a shift in your universe. And I don't know when that will be for you, because we're all so different. So would you be willing just to persist with that? Yeah. And ring me when it changes, okay? So we can celebrate. Awesome. Anything else coming up for you? Shifting and moving? Yeah. Yay! How does it get any better? Okay, has everybody got a note? Because that's what we were going to do before. Everybody got a note? Great. I want you just to close your eyes and just have this note in your hand. Just between your hands, however you want it to be. And just be with the energy of what it is. And see what comes up for you. Is there any tightness in your body? So just pop it between your hands and just be with it. Is there any areas in your body that tighten up when you're just with the energy of this note? Okay, so anywhere there's any contraction of any sort of being with the money, can we just try and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And now let's be with it again. All the energy that's coming up for you, whatever that is, if it's tingling, if it's excitement, if it's your tummy's hurting or your heart space feels different, let's just try and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And be with the energy of money again. Now just tap into it, close your eyes. What would this energy like to contribute to your life? What kind of a relationship would it like to have with you? What kind of a relationship do you have with it right now that you could just change it? Are you talking to this energy as though it's your lover? Are you inviting your lover to play with you seductively, playfully, joyfully? Do you tease it into your life? Do you abuse it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Everywhere you've not been willing to receive all the cash, the currencies, the objects in your life that want to contribute and expand your life, your financial reality, can we just try and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Now let's go back to this energy. What does it want to contribute to your life? And everywhere you've not been willing to know, be, receive, and perceive that, let's just try and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, pull that energy in into every cell of your body. Pull it in, receive it. Everywhere you're resisting it, push down those barriers. Let's be vulnerable with this energy of money. What can you create together? What could you be together? Would you be willing to have a 50-50 relationship with your bank account, your finances, your notes? And if you're in a 50-50 partnership, what would that relationship be like? It would contribute to you and you could contribute to it. Anything not allowing that, let's just try and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Everywhere you're not having this money be juicy, orgasmically, deliciously, so enjoyable, like that decadent piece of fruit you might put in your mouth, like the lover who cannot get enough of you. Where you've not been willing to have it be like that with you and your body, let's just try and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Alrighty, how was that, having the note in your hand and the energy of money? What was the energy of money like for everybody? And I used Australian currency, Joanne, just to make it easy for you.
When I had that in my hand, my whole body was just aching, like really hurting.
Okay. So everywhere money makes you ache. Everywhere money creates pain. Everywhere money is a pain in the ass. Everywhere money has been painful. We're just trying to create all that.
Yep.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And really cool tool, guys, like when you're starting to see that, so like she just said, money is painful. Oh, can you say that 3 times for me, please?
Money is painful, money is painful, money is painful.
Awesome, awesome. So all the shiku implants and explants, holding that in place, can we just try and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Jesus, nobody else has that go on, do they? Wow, money is painful. So the tool I want you to apply to that is interesting point of view, I have that point of view. Interesting point of view, I have that point of view. So what came up for everybody else? Is there stuff that came up for everybody else? Was there a sense in your body? Was there a point of view? Was there a thought? So for Joanne, it hurt in her body. Like it physically was, I could see her face. It was excruciating. It was not peaceful. So what would it be like if you could talk to this note every day and say, show me how to be with you. Show me how to have peace with you. Show me how we can create together. Everything has consciousness. You can ask these items to show you. Show me. Just like you would do if you were with a lover and you were like not sure what to do. You would just say, hey, I have not done this before. And you can say this with the note as well. I haven't been with you before. I haven't appreciated you. So right now, I'm going to choose to be grateful for you. And I'm willing to have a completely different relationship with you. Show me how we can work together. Now, is that energy different? Yeah, and just the willingness to be with it, the willingness to learn about it, the willingness to receive it, even by 1 degree, is a step towards doing something different. So it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, all of a sudden you're going to be a millionaire, but you could still do that. But what if it was just a slight shift and you could just start enjoying it and being different with it near your body? This is something like you can play with this week, like actually use this money and just be with it most mornings or whenever you've got a quiet moment and tap into your body and just see, has it shifted? Is it the same? How do I feel about you today in this 10 seconds? Okay, it hurts my body. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. And continue to be interesting point of view until there's a lightness in your universe and you'll know when that is. And then go back to it. Okay, now what's the energy? Interesting point of view, I have that point of view. Anytime we make something significant, it is going to hurt. And we want it. Anything significant, we seem to want it because it's so significant. So everywhere we've made money significant, can we destroy it and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. All right, is everybody fried? How are we all doing? What's going on for you guys? How are our bodies?
Tired, but enlivened.
Yeah, cool. So how tired are we, guys, of like not having the financial reality we know is actually possible for us and available? So everywhere we're just tired of doing the same old, banging our head against a brick wall. Can we just join and create all of that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. Like the cycle for me, like has literally been like, I'll have a lot of money because I can go and do this, this, and this, and then I'll lose it all. And it's like, oh, I'll just go and create some more, and I'll just lose it all. And it's like, that is for me, like, no way cool anymore. I am not choosing that. And I made that demand when I quit my job. I was like, no, I'm not choosing that. I'm actually going to create and exponentialize, and I'm going to play in a whole different reality that I would like to choose. So everywhere you've not been willing to demand of you to create the financial reality that you know is possible, can we just join and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. And have that demand of yourself and have that demand of the universe. Because seriously, like, you, at some point, it kind of gets tiring and it's annoying and it's really not fun. So anything else coming up for anybody else? I love that I haven't even looked at the book tonight. I'm so sorry. This just seemed more polite.
Definitely felt like I'm on the verge of big change, and that it's been making me feel almost physically ill. And like and I know there's certain aspects of my work that make me a bit uneasy because I'm, you know, learning and stuff, but I feel like it's more than that, and I feel like it's because I'm ignoring that big change that I need to make.
Okay. So, is it true that it's a big change?
Giving up working for somebody else? It feels like it, yeah.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And it's like, well, what if it's not that it's a big change? What if you're actually about to step into something even greater? So everywhere change is big and everywhere that's significant. I get that, Rebecca, because I quit my job 6 months ago and I've been in a classroom for 15 years, and Jesus Christ, it was like so huge in my head. Like I was holding on to this job as though this was the source of my reality and this was the source of my financial reality. And yet, guess who creates the money? I'm the creative source. It was never the job. But at the same time, like, the job paid the bills, and that's the only way I was willing to create. Have I had to step up? Holy shit, yeah, I have. Have I had to be seen? Uh-huh. Have I had to be uncomfortable? Have I had to, like, actually start using these tools that I talk about? I had to actually start doing something and being something completely different. So the holding on was also holding on to everywhere I wasn't willing to change, adapt, and be like this energy of, I'm a creator and I can create anything in my universe. I just have to choose it. So everywhere you've not acknowledged that you, sweet, 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 infinite you, is this creator of magnitude, and anything you touch will turn to gold. Everywhere you've not been willing to receive that about yourselves, can we just join and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. What else is truly possible for you? And like, what if is now the time to quit the job as well? Like, that's a really great question that I played with for about 2 years before I actually left. Like, I would play with it every day. Like, is now the time? Is now the time to leave this job? Because although I didn't want to be in it and it was like creating all this havoc and I just wanted to walk away, I also understood that being there took the pressure off having to work out what I was going to do. So, you know, be practical too. Like, how much money is it that you need to live off? How much do you actually require per month? And include everything, guys. Like, make a list. What do you need? You need food, you need shelter. Like, these are the basic things. But you also need other things. Like, what if you want to travel? You want that massage, you want that class, you want things in your life. So practically, if you quit that job, how long can you sustain yourself with what you have? And how many different income streams can you start to generate whilst you still have the job? So it's not this big, oh my God, I have now cut off the only stream of income I have generated. So that's where like it starts to become a bit more practical. What can I be or do? How many different ways can I make money and have money show up? So that's one of the things I did before I quit my job. I literally made a list of all the skills and attributes I had. And one of them, like for you guys, all of you guys, is like, one way you can make money is running bars, like just one way. Another way could be like for me was tutoring, like I'm a science teacher. And number 3, I'm a great organizer. What could I do there? Number 4, like, you know, I've got all these tools of access consciousness. I'm now a certified facilitator. There is a thing called a laptop, and online, there's a whole world out there. What could I create there? I can do SOP sessions. I can play with different things I can do online, like online surveys. There's online shopping stuff. There's like all these different things. And when I started to see that there was so many ways I could make money, and yet even beyond that, what's beyond that that I haven't yet even considered? So does that sort of start to give you a few things to play with?
Yeah, look, I feel like I've started the 10% account.
Beautiful.
But for some reason, and this is, you know, I'm just for the other people, I'm an accountant. So I know how to do a spreadsheet.
Yep.
And I've put off the how much money does it take me to live thing, you know?
Yeah.
And we did that with Michelle, and I've done all these other things. But for some reason, that one, I've just gone, no, I don't want to know. I just feel like it's all going out.
Yeah, so everywhere we're not like willing to look at it, because this is the thing. When you've written it down, and I was saying this to my girl yesterday, like when you've written this down, you have to be aware. Like step 1 is become aware of your financial reality. Awareness is your greatest gift. So everywhere you've not been willing to be aware, and we're hiding from it, ducking from it, sidestepping it, going under it, using excuses and distractions from becoming aware of what you need and stepping into being that adult that can change anything. When we just join and create that. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all 9 shorts, boys and girls. And you know what? I am great at doing this for other people too, Rebecca, but I was not good at doing it for me. And I'm the queen. I can do a spreadsheet. That's not hard for me. But Jesus, seriously, I'm telling you, when I sat down and I wrote down like my list of practical things that I needed day to day, and then I wrote down a list of what my luxury items were that I still need, like, you know, I'm a female, I need to go get my hair cut. I love to have my nails done. I love going out for champagne. And this is the beauty of this. Like in the past, I would make a list of what I needed, and I would then put things off my list, like things like the nails would go out of the window. Because I've now quit my job and I have to save, or I have to have this mentality that I can't have those things. With access, the beauty of it is it's more like, what can I add to my life to continue having all of these things I actually desire? And it's a very different, slightly different way of looking at how to create. It's what can I be able to do to have this as a reality? Because you're then becoming aware. And then on top of that, I've even made a list of all the things I want. More. I want first class travel. I want this and I want that and I want all of that. So I've made that list as well. So I've now actually given myself a figure of what I would like my life and living to be like if I was to have everything I wanted. Am I there? No. Am I closer than I was? Absolutely. Because I actually have a number now that I can work towards and I can create and I can ask for. And some months I have made it. Some months I've doubled it, but it's the consistency of it at the moment. So somewhere there's still a bit of like resistance reaction, and that's what's going on for me. But once you've done it, you can do it. So you're asking for enough. So what kind of energy would you have to be to start adding more things to your list rather than taking things off? Like, what is it that you really want to live like? Like, do you... Like when I was at that foundation class, like I talked about, like I budgeted for every meal, but what if I wanted to go shopping and, you know, do other things and upgrade and have like a private car take me to the hotel, like all of those things, like really, what do you want your life to be like? And it's not that you might choose it and it's not that you might not choose it, but it's this idea of you can choose it, you can create it. Like the purpose of having the money is so you can change your reality. It's so you can nurture and care for your body in a way it desires to be taken care of. So everywhere you've not been allowing your body to contribute to you having money, making money, receiving money, can we destroy and create all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. All right, your play work this week, and I'm going to call it play work. So you can get out your champagne, like make this a party. Maybe even invite some of your really great friends and get it out. Get your piece of paper out. Get your friggin' bank accounts out, like your whatever you need, and write down what it costs you to live. Write it down between now and the next call. Write it down. Become clear. Because the longer you avoid being aware of that, what you're saying to the universe is, I don't want the life that I actually want. So you're stopping yourself, you're avoiding it, you're not living it, you're not creating it. So everywhere you've been saying no to the life that you want because you're not willing to be aware, can we destroy and create that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pop, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And the longer you spend not doing this, you're actually saying no to your life. So, and it's not a wrongness, but just become aware. If you really want to have the life you say you want to have, some things are going to take a bit of a cleanup. You're just going to have to sit down with it and just do it. And it's uncomfortable. Just be uncomfortable. Just do it. That's why the champagne helps. Just have copious amounts of champagne. Not so much that you can't write anymore. And make it a party. Like, really start getting clear and write down all the things you want to add to your life too. So everything that's required for you to survive is like one list. And then all the other things that you haven't added on there. And then make another list of what kind of a life do you truly, really want to have? Do you want beautiful first-class travel? Put it in there. And if that was to be your reality, what's the amount of money that you need to be creating, inviting, playing with in your life? Because everybody has their own, right? Cool. Is everybody happy to do that play work in the next couple of weeks? And you guys can support each other. Like, we all know each other, so we can have a play, like we can have a party. We can just have snacks. We can get out our laptops. We can sit with like our books. Like, if that's what we need to do, let's just create it. And if you haven't done it, I'm going to make you do it on this call in 2 weeks. Just saying. So, how we all be? Any questions?
Unmute. Say hello.
Hey, Manjit.
Hey, Alex.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you? I'm so
Good.
grateful that we're all here, by the way. Like,
Look at all the girls.
well, the warriors that are willing to have things change, right?
That's it. One thing what came up is I do have money on savings, and I, like, for example, with buying the house, there's a few things I want to change and want to put money in.
Mm-hmm.
But I seem to be always holding back on, I guess, out of insecurities. What happens if I lose my job? What happens if, I need extra money somewhere? And I know that I've been once in a relationship when I was really young,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a really big spender. Like, he spent all his money, and including mine, and we literally lived on yogurt. And luckily we worked in hospitality, we could eat at work. And I guess it's a little bit of fear of going back to that time again, even it wasn't really mainly my fault.
Mm-hmm.
I was always good with saving money, but then having always that worry in my head, what if the car breaks down and I need to buy a new one? And I guess that's why I'm always be a big saver and not necessarily spending it. Even, I want to have a new kitchen, but then I'm not 100% sure how I want the kitchen, but I know I want to change it, but then I'm holding back to that money first as well, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. So let's just ask some questions. So do you make yourself wrong for not just jumping in and spending? Like, where are you making yourself wrong here?
I think it's more that that having that security that there is money if I really need it.
So is that wrong?
Like if I see something and I want to buy it, I do. I don't necessarily think 3 times. I might have a look where I can get a cheaper deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that I don't spend any money. But I guess I like to have that safety deposit, which is not just $500 or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that wrong?
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
No. So have you acknowledged that maybe you have an awareness around money that you haven't actually acknowledged?
I guess so.
So what if you just know something?
I might do.
Because you've actually just said you don't hold back.
Mm.
So that's not true. You don't want to spend all your savings. Fair enough. Yeah, it's great to have money. But what are you saving for? Are you saving for a rainy day?
I think it's a backup.
Yeah.
Having if there is something really bad happen, I got that to fall back to.
All right. So everywhere money is your security and that's your backup. Do you want to destroy and create all that?
Well, not really, because what happens if something bad happens and then I create that? I don't want to have that backup.
Well, is it the backup that's sticking you, or is it the idea that that is the backup? So what you want, yeah, so what you want is freedom with it. Like, yeah, so rather have imagine the sense of peace with it.
Mm.
Because who's your backup? Is it really the money?
Well, I'm the backup.
You're your backup. Your ability to create.
I guess what I'm thinking is if I lose my job, how do I afford paying off the house? How
Don't you love it, guys? Like,
it's all those crazy
planning her future. Like planning her future based on all these things that can go wrong. So she could lose her job. The car's going to break down. The fridge is going to break down. Blah 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 blah. So all of that could totally happen. It totally does, and it can happen. You might lose your job tomorrow, or something else greater might show up.
Yeah.
So everywhere you're planning for a future that's literally catastrophic by the sounds of things, everything bad that's ever going to happen. That rationing mentality, can we destroy and create it? This reminds me of when I lived in the UK. This is absolutely crazy. I had plenty of money, just like you, I had it, right? And I would go to the sales section every Wednesday. They had a sale, and I would fill the trolley up with bread because it was down to 10 pence, amazing baguettes and really juicy ciabatta bread. And I would fill the trolley up. There's 2 of us that live in this house, and I come home and I stack it all in the freezer. And my partner at the time was like, is the world ending? What's going on here? And I'd be like, no, you don't understand. Well, I've got it. It's cheap, and I've got to get it now. And I've got to put it away just in case. Just in case. I never ate the fucking bread ever. The freezer, like I'd have so much bread in my freezer. I could open my own store of bread eventually. Like I could have, and then I had so much bread that we had to get rid of the old ones because there's not enough for the new ones that I picked up the week after in the sale. So everywhere we're living in this mentality of a sale and survivor and having to like keep things, the holding on because that's security. Can we just try and create it? Because how many lifetimes have we had to do that? Because things ran out. There wasn't enough food. There wasn't enough crops. There wasn't enough rain. So we had to like share like one pot of rice. So all of that from all those lifetimes, would you be willing to now destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, online shorts, boys, and beyond. And what if you could do the same, like with your money? Start asking it. How can you and I start working together? And what kind of a relationship do you want with the money? Do you want it so it feels like you're holding on to it? Because I don't know about you guys, but if this is your lover and you're holding on to it, what's he going to do?
Run.
It's going to run. So do you get that you holding on to it is actually creating the thing that you're avoiding? So all of that, everything that brought up for everybody, can we just try and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, bad, book, all nine shorts, boys, me on. So everything we think we don't want, we're actually creating it.
Okay.
So I think that's a really great activity for everybody, like to actually be with this sense of money and start to talk to it as though it is your lover. Hey, lover, what are we going to create together? And what if, Alex, the money you have could make you more money? And start to talk to it. How would you like to make more money? What would you like to play with? How can we exponentialize you so you're totally taken care of? Where would you like to be spent? How would you like to be spent? And what does this energy of money know that you are not willing to be aware of? Because this will have its own sense of what it wants. Every choice you make creates a different reality. And that's the same with your finances. If you're sitting at a restaurant and you feel amazing and you're having a party, you're going to generate more income somehow. It just exponentializes. I don't know how it works. It's not linear. It just does. And if you're holding on to it, it will literally say goodbye. So what you really want to create is having peace with this and joy with this and exponentializing this and being in the yumminess and the decadence and the deliciousness of it. So that's your play work number 2. So play work number 1 is to make the practical, what does it cost you to live? And number 2 is literally just talking to money every day. Can you do it every day for the next 2 weeks? Just talk to it. Be with it, just like we were today in this session. Just like be with the energy of it and start to talk to it. Hey, lover, I'm so grateful for you. Like, I have treated you so badly. I have pushed you away. I have wanted you. I've been controlling with you. Whatever your relationship with is it, just try and create it and ask it, if we were to start again today, what can we create? And ask for it to be a 50-50 relationship. Because I'm guaranteeing it's not in a 50-50 relationship right now. So how are we all doing, guys? It's 8 o'clock and I think this will stop recording very shortly. Any questions, any awarenesses? How was this today? I know we didn't look at the book, but have a go at reading through chapters 3 and 4 as well before the next call. Anything anybody wants to say before we finish up?
There's lots of really good money clearings for, there's a really good couple of loops if people haven't already heard them. Mm-hmm. So the Dane money clearing loops on SoundCloud.
Beautiful.
So if you want to clear, you know, put a few of those on. They're pretty good.
You can go back and listen to this recording as well. Like, I think I fired like 1 million questions. And even if you just chose one question and you played with it, or one clearing that really popped for you and you play with it, you don't have to have a ton of clearings, but just choose one and work with it and see what that would create. But yeah, SoundCloud is fantastic. There's so much information out there, so much information. And this book is great. Just keep working with it. Anything else for anybody? Thank you, Ms. Rebecca. SoundCloud.
Man, on SoundCloud. Coming soon.
Anything for anybody else? No. Well, I hope this was a contribution to you and your lives, and I wonder what we can create. And everywhere you're not willing to just be and have everything that you desire, let's just destroy it and create it. And I'm willing to be like a contribution to your lives at any given moment. So let's just keep playing with this energy of creating, expanding, exploring, and showing up and being and having as much as we're willing to receive right now. And what more can you receive? What more can you receive? What more can you receive? Anything else, people? Beautiful, beautiful people. No. Okay, well, with that, we will meet again in 2 weeks. If you've got questions and stuff, you're all in a private group. Any amazing magic and miracles showing up, post it. Let's just generate this energy of just literally creating more for each other, with each other. Because together we are so much stronger. When we have an awareness, like, it pops for all of us. Like, it's not just that it changes for you, it changes for the world around you. So I would love to create more of that. All cool? All right, thanks, Miss Joanne. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Simone. Thanks, Miss Magnolia. Miss Rebecca and Tosca, you were so quiet, but awesome. Thank you, Heather. And I don't know who was on the phones, but thank you so much for tuning in and tapping in and being here. I hope somebody got something. I loved it. I'm super grateful for all of you. And I bet you can't create as much money as me before the next call. Double dip. Double dip, dare you. All right, beautiful people. Love you all. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.